Okay, we have a question here. Function f of x is continuous function and it's a step function. Step 1 is 1 plus cosine 9 pi x over 1 plus 3x when x doesn't equal negative 1/3. Step 2 is k when x equals negative 1/3. And we need to find the value of k. In order to solve this question, and we have input now that this function is continuous. That means you're going to equal the limit of step 1 equals the limit of step 2. So let's do that here. So limit when x approaches negative 1/3 of 1 plus cosine 9 pi x over 1 plus 3x. That's a step 1. Step 2 equals the limit of k. The limit of k when x approaches negative 1/3. When x approaches negative 1/3. So we have left side and right side. The right side limit must be k. K is a number, so it will be k. Left side, to do that, if you plug it in negative 1/3 in here, negative 1/3 times 9 is negative 3 times pi is negative 3 pi, and cosine negative 3 pi is 0, is negative 1. So negative 1 plus 1 will be 0. So let's do that here. Calculate negative 3 pi. So cosine of negative 3 pi it will be negative 1. If you plug it in negative 1 plus 1, it will be 0. And here is negative 1/3 times 3 is negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. 0 over 0 is undefined. 0 over 0 is undefined. That means we have to look for another method to find the limit. And if you remember L'Hopital law, that tells us that the limit of rational function g of x over k of x or L of x, doesn't matter, any variable here, when x approaches any number a equals, this must be in this case is a equals the limit of the derivative of g of x, which is g dash of x, over the derivative of L of x, L dash of x, when x approaches a. Same. Let's apply that here. So it will be the limit of x when x approaches negative 1/3 of the derivative of 1 plus cosine 9 pi x. Let's do that. Here is we have 1 plus cosine 9 pi x. How to find the derivative? Okay, the derivative of 1, it will be 0. And now the derivative of the whole function cosine, as you know, the derivative of cosine, it will be negative sine. Negative sine times 9 pi x. We finished the leader function cosine. Now go inside deeply and do the derivative for 9 pi x. Let's do that here. So 9 pi x, derivative of 9 pi x. 9 pi is a number. So the derivative of 9 pi x, it will be 9 pi. So let's rewrite that over here. So the top function after derivative, the numerator will be negative. And before you do a sign, I would like to write first 9 pi. So negative 9 pi first, negative 9 pi times sine of 9 pi x divided by the derivative of 1 is 0 and derivative of 3x is 3. So let's simplify that. We could plug it in negative 1/3 for x. Let's do that. So first divide negative 9 by 3, it will be negative 3, and bring down pi. And now if you plug it in negative 1/3 in here, so negative 1/3 times 9 is negative 3. Negative 3 times pi is negative 3 pi. So it will be negative 3 pi sine of negative 3 pi. That's left side function. Still have to calculate negative 3 pi. Probably will be a 0. So sine of negative 3 pi it will be 0, as you see, 0. So this is 0 times negative 3 pi. So negative 3 pi times 0 is 0, left side is 0, and right side is k. So finally, the value of k is 0.